Well, my friends, here we go again. Part 3, music. You know, because I have forgotten some names, wanted to make this. Now I'm sitting here at an area where I was growing up. Little bit has changed here, but I can watch you. The big blocks are here. We are in the hood, you know. The Innsbruck hood. So here are the small houses, but now the big houses are coming. Here we are, you know. Back at the block. So, music, part 3. What names do I want also to mention? One what I have forgotten. You know, we talk about young talents nowadays. You know, the thing is, nowadays, is it good or bad? And also a talent, in my opinion, from nowadays is Travis Scott. You know, Travis Scott, the rapper. I will tell there something a little bit. I think the live thing, you know, to sing is not the high end. Lot of autotune, but he had something special what was back then, and that went in a complete wrong direction, because you may know it, there happened at his concert at Astro Festival, many people died there, you know, it was too many people, they were pressed in, and that is the worst case what can happen on a concert, really bad, you know, that also can change the artist, you know, in a bad way. And I think if he has I don't want to say that what was the reason for that. I can only, we first start into Travis Scott, you know. When you have watched the early Travis Scott, the young Travis Scott, the energy what he put out there, I will link all videos in the description again. He brought an energy to the audience which was unbelievable, really unbelievable things nowadays what you have not that seen, you know. I can tell you also, for example, Billie Eilish, you know, again, when she was there, she made a little bit same things with people stand up and jump and this and that, the energy what was extreme, and you know, but that came from XXXTentacion, you know, XX in English, XXXTentacion, who is sadly passed away, you know, he got murdered. And he was there also a guy like Travis Scott who put that level in there. And if you know the background story, Billie Eilish was there with XXXTentacion, and she got a bit from him, how she made the energy to the people, you know. From those guys nowadays, that was crazy, you know. Normally you have seen such things at hardcore concerts, punk, metal and that stuff. But that was really crazy. And when your main thing at a concert is to put up such an energy, then you live from that at a stage, you know. And that went completely wrong. What is Astro World? You know, he's from Houston, Texas. And Astro World was how it's called, a theme park, you know, a fun park where you can drive with the, you know, a fun park, you know, what I have filmed at my day in the life, at night, the thing. And Astro World was closed, you know, in around, I don't know, 2005 or so, 5. And Travis Scott there was so often there, what I know. And then he wanted to recreate that, and then they have put in Astro World. And he also got, how it's called in English, from the politician, the highest there, the mayor or so, from Houston. He got a private, wow, great that you are from Houston, you have done so much, you know, to Travis Scott. And they put up that festival, and that exactly there happened such a thing is really, really sad. Whom to blame for, you know, that is difficult. Many say he has also the management, whatever, you know. I can tell you other thing. That can happen everywhere where many people are. I have experienced that also. I was at a normal thing where around 30,000 people were in a complete free area. There was no space, nothing, because that was for free, and they never expected that so many people will come in. And it happened the same to me. I went into the middle of those people, and then, I don't know, people pressed, and the thing was, there were houses, and only, house, and only on that side there was a bridge with a river, and that was the only space where you have room, you know. And the problem was there were so many people in, and they pressed from the left, right, and then they pressed together. There were people with dogs going, little kids, because they didn't know what was going on. They had no security or management things, because they never expected it. And then I was in there and people pressed, and I can tell you my experience. If you have never experienced that, you cannot breathe anymore. It looks not dangerous, you know, they are very close to you, but they press you so much into here in the stomach, or you cannot breathe anymore. You try, but you cannot. That is really extreme, and then you get panic. You can do nothing. If you think I can go over or go away, no, nothing. You can do absolutely nothing. If that don't change, if they don't go away, you pass out, you will die. And when you are on the floor, you have no chance to go up, no chance. And that when an energy level lifts, an artist lives from that energy level, then it is hard. But that can happen to all concerts, to other people, all where people are jumping and this and that, you never know. Because when people are afraid, when they get panic, then you cannot control them anymore. Even if there would be a loudspeaker to say, stop, stop, everyone, no movement, because then, but they will not do it. When people are in panic, you have no control over them. You can do nothing. They are not trained for this. That you can do to people where you train 1 year, when you say to them, hey, stop, in panic, they will do it. But not the normal audience, you know. That was very, very sad. But watch his talent. He jumped up there from stages and he put on an energy level which was really, really mind-blowing. Really mind-blowing. And nowadays, a lot of auto-tune, you know, from him. You know, that is really, really sad. And also, he didn't get a Grammy, you know, in my opinion, but it is always, you know, but he would have deserved a Grammy, you know, but he didn't got it, so no Grammy until today. Yeah, but that it is what it is. So, next young artist. Now, I mention all of them. We come now to some rap things again, but very talented now to Zurich, to you. You have asked me. If you don't know this name, the female goddess, you know. Why goddess? She calls herself in the songs always goddess. That's why the female goddess. We come now to the city of Africa. Better words, to the country of Africa and to the land of Tanzania. And I guarantee you that that is an absolutely high-end talent in the rap game. Her name is the goddess. No, her real name as an artist is Rosa Ree. You know, Rosa Ree. Check this out. I will put all videos in the description. Rosa Ree, the song One Time, absolutely mind-blowing. How she makes this, now she has a child, you know, but really absolutely young, talented lady. Africa, they have so much talent there. She is one of them. She has a duet. You can watch that also. I have 3 things I will put in. There's 3 or 4 songs. Check them out. Absolutely amazing. Also a live appearance. I will write you with a African rapper, Timmy Tet. I cannot pronounce it right, you know, but you have to watch this. This is really, really amazing. Rosa Ree, that name is up there, you know. I watch her for a long time. One of my most lovely artists, you know. Very, very talented, you know. Then we go on to America, to the USA, but she's from Mexican American Snowda Product. If you never heard of her, Snowda Product, she is now around, a few years younger than me, but she was well known for her fast rap game, you know. That was boom, boom, you know. Nowadays, what I've seen is more auto-tune music, you know. Auto-tune is always that computer-based stuff where the voices changes, you know. I don't like that, because if you can sing or not, you know, of course it is better when you can sing, but you can bring out people in general who have never done music, and you can push them up to a chart 1 position, you know. And on concerts they all are used up to this. But Snowda Product, I tell you, watch that out. Wow, she sings perfect Spanish and English. She mixes this up together. The older stuff, really, really great. Very, very talented Snowta product. You can watch this out. So I have to cut in because one name I have completely forgotten. From nowadays, also again to Zurich now. He's a rapper, a young rapper, which to me is really, how will you say, the respect you have to give him so much. And his name is Marlon Craft. Marlon Craft from New York City. And why I give him so much credit? Because he makes a rap game which is completely unused nowadays. Nowadays you can only survive almost with auto-tune stuff. And he makes like things like in the 90s, you know, real music. And when you watch to his clips, yeah, he has always, when you watch one clip, next, one track and the other, it sounds always a little bit similar. Yeah, it's not like, wow, this and other and this, no, always similar. But listen exactly to it, because he uses real real instruments in his game. That is not computer-based stuff and AI music and auto-tune voice. He really makes his style and with real instruments. And that is really, really rare nowadays. He has one song out there with Method Man, Mauxi Box. You know, he was a basketball player, Marlon Craft, and he's a singer about basketball. And with Method Man, the song Mauxi Box, you could think that this was the greatest thing from the 90s. It is from now. And watch his stuff, really, really great. And by the way, what I know, his parents, they are musicians. His dad is a jazz drummer, you know, and there you see it and feel that in his music, you know. And his mom makes something with theater, you know, with such things that you feel immediately, you know, that there is quality in there. Marlon Craft, big credits. Watch out for the name Marlon Craft. But now in January, because of the auto-tune thing, people are used up to this, I told you. That is those computer-based voice, you know. They are singing also with the microphone and it sounds completely unnatural. But you don't have to sing, you know. If you can sing or not doesn't matter. You pull in, you know. There are a lot of examples what I can tell you, especially in Germany, but that I won't avoid, you know, because we don't make negative stuff there. But you can push up people who dominates the charts then, you know. And people are used up to this, younger ones who only listen to TikTok, watch Instagram. You only hear that kind of music. And when those young people who listen 99% only that stuff of music, when you bring them a real life musician with real life music and nothing more, that sounds boring to them. That is the thing. Then you can be the best or not, that sounds boring, you know. And nowadays, even if you are the best singer or not, that doesn't count anymore for the main industry. You know what I mean? Because it is not necessary anymore. Yeah. If you think, if you are a world-class singer, then you are world known and you will have success and this, no. Maybe, but maybe not, you know. The game works complete other nowadays. Also on YouTube, we hear much more and more AI sentences, voices. When big YouTubers talks in short videos, this is AI voice, computer-based voice. Has, you know, they speak their language. They don't need to record this. Then it puts it up to AI speech, and people are used up to this. Also, big YouTubers, they change their voice, you know, because the computer-based voice fits in more and more. People want to hear that. And for example, on YouTube, if you think you have to be a world-class filmer, then you have success. Absolutely not. You can be the best filmer in the world. If you don't understand how the YouTube game works, you will be nothing. You know what I mean? That it is. And there I can tell you, with the AI voices, they also, for example, when I talk now, so I have 1 second a break, because then I start my next sentence. Break, next sentence. Break, next sentence. Do you know what they do on YouTube? Watch carefully or listen carefully. They cut when I end my sentence now. I speak the sentence again. When I end my sentence now, exactly by the now, they cut. Bam. When my last word was said, they cut. And they cut in when the next sentence starts. So that 1 second break from one sentence to next, they cut out. You know why? Because the video gets gets faster, you know, it's not that long, because watch time is the most important part. And people are used up to this, quick, you know. Also the text in there, because people watch it in school, in the trams, in the underground stations. There they have no voice, so they have to read it, especially in the shorts. But quick, and then computer-based. And I think we will go on to a time in 5-10 years you can hopefully watch out if you find real life things, you know, real life YouTubers or real life music. Because also AI music, for example, you can put in a big name, Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, whatever, and it generates you, for example, I tell you, you know what I mean? I will explain you first. If you don't know that, I explain you. You can use the voice of a famous artist, you talk a sentence or what you want to hear, and then the AI the AI voice changes it from the artist, and you hear his voice singing your text. And you will never know if he really sang that or not. And on YouTube that exists. In the US they made a program where they started. There are some artists which have given their yes or the management because they want to earn money. The new way to earn money, more easier it doesn't get. So they say, yeah, people can use our voice from the artist, but the artist has not to sing. You know, then you can decide for your YouTube video, hey, for example, I want a big name out there, he should sing, hey, wow, the mountains are so beautiful, I'm here living in the country of Austria, Innsbruck is so superb. And those female artists, you give in your text, and the computer-based, the AI thing, produces exactly that song with the voice of the female artist. And then you have a song, really, you will never find out if this female artist has this sang really or not. And you can use that legally on YouTube. They have a try out thing on the US, you know, and that will come in a few years. And the artists nowadays, also Billie Eilish and others, they are against it because people use their voice to generate money, you know. In that thing on YouTube, they get the management and the artists will get money. But you know what I mean? I can fit in a text and then I use illegally away from a female or male artist, and then I can generate a song. And also, believe me, the management, they see that also. You only need one song which has an artist has sang, and that needs out, you know. You don't need to have more, and the management can produce album for album for album. They never have sang this song, they never have to show up in a studio, they don't need the instruments, whatever. The AI makes songs, and that will come in a few years. Because no costs for the management, no producing costs or almost nothing. That is really, you can watch that. Also nowadays you can do that, but that will come. And then they have no work to do. An artist have not to train their voice. When you want to perform at the best, you have to train 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hours a day, you know, to make that stuff. You don't need this anymore. They can influence, they can sit at their swimming pool, you know what I mean? That will change. But people, if you are not into that, you will not see that now. But that comes, and that comes, you know, not from 1 minute to the next, then you would think about it. That comes slow, more. People get used up to this, and then it is normal. Think back, for example, I told you this. 25 years ago around, if someone would have shown up a whole concert playback, that would stand in the newspaper. And nowadays people, wow, that was nice, wow, great. Madonna, for example, no band anymore. No band at a live concert. What is this? You know what I mean? But people say, wow, great, this and that, you know. But Madonna is all a thing, great respect, but that would be too much now. That I wanted to mention. Now a little break because my camera got overheated from the block. The big houses, you know. So now we go on, camera had a break. 2 names what I want to mention from nowadays. One is older, but one name what I want to talk, not because she's young and talented this and that, she's a megastar, but I want to say something about her. Rihanna, you know, Rihanna, little bit my age, little bit younger, but Rihanna, can tell you, as an artist, back then she was world class, you know, really world class. I can tell you that. I have seen her for free back then, but that is another story why. And she's really, really world class when it comes to life. When she wants, when she trains, when she is in there in the game. But the thing is, she has left the music, you know, in that sense. She appears always again, but she doesn't produce album, you know, this is not there anymore. But if she would have gone up year for year until now, then I tell you she would be the most successful woman in music from a single artist, female, from them all, you know, before Madonna, you can believe me that. But the other thing, she has done it completely right, you know. She was on the top of the music game, you know, from the charts, from her name. She was really the biggest name back then out there. She has made all of this, you know, from Barbados, you know, the young kid from Barbados becomes the world superhero, you know. She has done all of that stuff. She had a halftime show at the Super Bowl, if you like it or not, that you can put away, but she has experience there. But the other thing what I can tell you, and that is also mind-blowing, if you think, yeah, but music, then not that much success, went away. But on the other side, she was not only the most known artist in the world at her time, she is also now one of the richest what is out there in the world, you know. She is the youngest female billionaire, not millionaire. The youngest female billionaire on the whole wide world. I mean, what shall you say more? You know, because of her Fenty Beauty, you know. Fenty Beauty and her Fenty Savage, you know. And she produces their shows, you know. These are one of my lovely shows what all year what I watch. They are on Amazon Prime. They make really great stuff there. They invite musicians. She gives a platform for musicians. Nas was performing there, you know. When you are from the 90s, you know who Nas was, you know, mind-blowing. And Ricky Martin was now appearing there. You know, also from the 90s, Ricky Martin was that big name. The young people nowadays will not know him. But you know, also Nigel Houston was in there. He was skating beside the street and she makes there really great stuff. Well, I remember one scene in a building, I don't know if this was a bark house, and they have thrown there with a drone. Oh, that has to be a perfect filmer who made those shots. Oh, that is really great. And she has there girls and men artists who can dance, and she produces this really, really well. You can watch that, the X show, you know. Wow, you know, X Savage show. That is really, really good. So the youngest female billionaire in the world. You can watch it in the Forbes list, you know. That was 2 years ago. That is mind-blowing, you know. She has not only reached it in that way, also as a self-made woman, she has the most money of them, you know. That is really mind-blowing. So very successful woman. Now 2 kids, you know. Has done everything right. And check out the German YouTuber. I will always mention this. German in Venice. He's a guy a little bit my age, older, who makes all stuff from Venice Beach, you know, California, Los Angeles. And he has filmed her private, you know. Rihanna showing up at Venice Beach and how her bodyguards always wanted to push him away. She was so relaxed, you know, she has recognized immediately that he is filming her. She wanted to stay cool there. Then she drives with her bicycle to the sun. When the sun goes down to Venice Beach, wow, watch that out, you know, absolutely fantastic. And now last name that I want to mention also, because to me absolutely amazing, but this is an older one, you know, older than me. But why I mention this, I will tell you. Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is, to me personally, one of the best live musicians on planet Earth. Mind-blowing. The guy is always in shape. Decades for decades for decades. This guy shows up and brings his life thing again. You know, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s. This guy is always on top, and that is so rare in that music game. And his band also, his guitarist, his female drummer, I have seen him also, you know. I have known a guy who worked for him, and he has seen also all around the world with concerts, and he also told me he's one of the best live what you can watch. So that you have to mention nowadays that someone brings it together again. Lenny Kravitz, absolutely an amazing artist and an amazing live musician. So, and now at the end I want to mention one of my favorite of all time, and that is Precious Wilson. Precious Wilson is, maybe some will know it, this is decades ago, mind blowing, you know. Precious Wilson had one of the best voices out there, a black woman, and I will show you one video, to me the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in my life, in that clip, how she made this there. Great. Precious Wilson, great. So in that sense we will see us again from the nice block once again. Now it gets a little bit warm. I drive home, lay down into the sun, you know, I have a nice balcony, not here, and then I get used up to the sun, and a little bit later I show up at the street ball court and we make a nice video. So until then, bye and ciao.